calzone is delicious.
Yes, it is. It is delicious. This is Let Us Interrupt You, episode 35, here on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022.
It's calzone.
This kid is digging into his calzone. That is Michael Smith. I am Joe Alamo. Today we're going to talk about Wrestlemania Night 1, Night 2 review. We're going to review the North Carolina-Kansas game, the biggest comeback for any college basketball game in history that Kansas had last night. Down by 16 points. Able to find a way to win by 3. Really, in the end there, North Carolina had a chance to put it away. Unfortunately, they choked. Caleb Love did get injured during the game. He sprained his ankle. Airballed a 3-point shot that pretty much ended the game there. But we will do more reviews about that. But first, we're going to do Wrestlemania Night 1.
Wrestlemania Night 1.
Night 1 and Night 2. And we're going to do a little bit of Monday Night Raw. We're going to try to fit that in there as well. We also got to talk about the baseball robot umpires. They are going to have robot umpires this year that speak Spanish, Russian, German. I think they're going to do a little bit of English there, a variety of different languages.
It's calzone.
It's going to be very interesting right now. Baseball is changing a lot of rules this year, making a lot of things intriguing, mostly for players, mostly for umpires. Now the umpires are going to have a battle with the basically robot umpires, which basically computer monitor things that monitor fastballs and pitches in the strike zone, outside the strike zone, and they're going to dictate whether or not the umpires are wrong. And there's a variety of things they're going to be doing right now. We'll explain a little bit more about that one. Opening days in 2 days, as well as the Masters. Augusta is going to be in 2 days. So we're going to have a lot of golf time right now. Golf taking place from April 7th to April 10th. Tiger Woods is going to come back. So that's news there. Basically, that's all I'm really going to cover about the Masters. Really, it's on Thursday. Roy McIlroy should be there. Jordan Spieth, I don't know if dropped out or he's going to be at the Masters. I could be wrong. I may have read an article about that saying one of them might be dropping out. I know Phil Mickelson is going to be out of the Masters. He's not going to play. He's decided not to go into the Masters. Not sure if he's just taking a break from golf, what the story is. We're going to do a little bit more golf coverage if we can. I don't know if my friends don't like that idea, but I like the idea.
I don't like it, but we'll do it.
Why not? And you know, maybe he'll learn some golf. Who knows? Maybe he'll start playing golf.
No.
It's actually a fun sport when you actually play it.
Yeah, the thing about golf, golf, tennis.
Tennis sucks. Okay, you'll never trust.
No, like any sport. This calzone's good. There's the most boringest of sports.
Boringest.
Are actually fun when you decide to play them.
Yeah. Watching
like bowling, for example.
Bowling's
really fun.
It is a lot of fun.
It's just boring to watch someone else bowling. It's like, yeah, let me do it.
I think it's fun in the ending part of it when it's close to the end that it comes down to those who put the strike or spear at the end there. It has a little drama into it. The first 8 or 9 slots they play, it's not really that entertaining. And most of the time, it's pretty obvious most of them are going to strike anyway. But yeah, the Masters will be interesting. Tiger Woods is planning to play, and he is playing. It's not really a major surprise to anybody else, but considering what he's been through, how he got into a golf accident, car accident, sorry, and now is playing in the Masters. It's kind of remarkable. It's kind of amazing, actually.
Tiger Woods.
But Tiger Woods, we'll be back in the Masters. We will get more into baseball. We'll get more into baseball coverage. That's enough golf coverage.
But first, WrestleMania review.
Yes, WrestleMania 38 review.
So I actually watched Night 1. I wasn't able to watch Night 2. But from what I heard, Night 2 was pretty lackluster.
Well, it was disappointing.
I watched it,
to say the least.
Honestly, every match in Night 1 was great.
Yeah,
no complaints.
I don't think every match was great. I will say the first 2 matches were
Yeah, the first 2 matches were mad, but they were still good.
Yeah.
They just got better and better as a show.
It got better over time, but I will say this: the match of the year caliber, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's not say that yet. Let's go in order.
No, but for right now, if I had to give a match of the year right now, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
I was gonna break that.
You gonna actually say that match of the year too?
No, I was gonna review it in order.
Oh, we are. But I'm gonna go.
I was gonna be match of the year: Seth Rollins versus a returning Cody Rhodes.
I know. I was gonna say that. We're gonna save that for a little bit later. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's gonna be match of the year in my opinion.
I think it's match of the year too so far.
Okay. So
Cody Rhodes, who left the WWE in Actually, no. I'll get into that when the
Yeah,
match
so
comes
we're all in agreement that.
So the first match.
I'll tell you why in a bit.
First match of WrestleMania is Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura against the Usos.
Basically,
The Usos retain. I honestly thought it was going to be a title change, but something did happen in the match.
I didn't think so.
Something happened in the match, which I think changed plans. So Rick Boogs actually got legitimately injured towards his quad.
It was during the match where he was trying to
lift both the Usos
at the same time. Jimmy Uso did jump on top of Rick Boogs while he was hoisting Jay Uso.
And then you could tell like they audibled it, like, yeah, all right, in the match now.
Boys leg gave out. And in that scenario there, he tore his quad in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
They call an audible right now. In the end there, Nakamura did get pinned. He had to get tagged out of the matchup. The match I thought was flat. I gotta be honest. It was
okay.
It was an okay match. If I had to give a rating out of it, I'd say I give it
out of 5 stars because that's how most wrestling.
1 star.
I give it like a decent 2.5.
I have 1 star just because the match was alright. It wasn't like blow away. If it wasn't for the injury and the audible they had a call right there, had the rush. I think they gave it a little more time. Then it would be interesting. But I think 1.25 stars to me. I give that match. It was flat.
But speedy recovery for Rick Boogs.
And there was no build behind it. It's the first match of WrestleMania, and it's the Usos. I think they can do a little bit better. They can call matches on the fly. They can make some audibles. They just rushed it, I thought. They didn't really give themselves much of a chance.
Honestly, most of these matches on WrestleMania card were rushed. Like, there was the only good build-up for a match so far was probably...
I think the only match that had the best build out of all the shows really was probably Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Look how that ended up being.
Nah, that wasn't really a build up. That's been happening.
They've been building up for the better part since September.
That whole rivalry's been dating back for years. So like honestly, it gets tiresome. They've had 3 WrestleMania matches.
Yeah.
Each one gets worse.
Yeah.
But like so far, next match, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
That match,
I didn't have high expectations for this match.
It's actually a pretty good
but
match.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
It was back and forth affair.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin hit the deep 6. McIntyre hit the DDT.
And McIntyre is the first person to ever kick out of the end of days.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, dude. The words right out of my mouth. He was the first person to kick out of the end of days. Which set up out of that one, Corbin went ready to hit another move.
Mm-hmm.
That's where McIntyre hit the DDT. Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
This match to me, I'd say 2 3/4. I
give it a decent 2.5, 3 stars.
There you go.
And at the end, Drew McIntyre tried to slice what's the dude's name again?
Corbin.
Madcap
Moss.
Madcap Moss.
Yeah, that was.
I said Riddick because that was his before gimmick. Sliced the ropes in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre for the win. Hopefully, Drew McIntyre's in the title scene again after this. Because honestly, this entire rivalry was so.
It was lame. It was lame.
It was lame.
It was corny. Yeah. There was nothing entertaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
McIntyre basically won every single match in the entire rivalry. There was not one point where
he didn't lose a single match in the rivalry. It was just one-sided.
And basically, most of it was Madcap Moss getting his ass kicked. So it wasn't even like that. McIntyre did that against Corbin.
Next match, another match that surprised me: Logan Paul and The Miz versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio.
This actually was a pretty good match. I mean, it was some back and forth matches right there. Logan Paul had some impressive moves in there.
Mm-hmm.
He had some pretty good boxing ability. Let me tell you that one. He had some jabs in there, had some shots in there. And they were pretty legit good shots in there.
Logan Paul. It's like these last few celebrities in matches have been so impressive. Yeah. Him, Bad Bunny last year.
Yeah. Maybe Logan Paul will be in the Royal Rumble 2023 next year. Who knows?
Logan Paul for WWE champ in like 2 months. That's never going to happen.
Let's not go that far.
But yeah, I will give this a decent.
I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. I was actually impressed with Logan Paul. They were set up for a double 619 at the end of it. Miz was able to tag in. Logan Paul did hit with a double 619. Unfortunately, Miz Dominic, I think, thought, was it Ray that thought he was going for the pin? Dominic was going for the pin. That's right. Dominic was a legal man. And Dominic was pinning Logan Paul. The referee waved it off saying he's not the legal man anymore. Dominic didn't know what the heck was going on. Ray got body slammed. And then to Dominic, and then got hit with the skull crushing finale and got pinned 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. And then after the match,
the Miz basically turned on Logan Paul, hit with the skull crushing finale. That actually surprised me.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either.
And honestly, I gotta be honest. If this was an attempt right now for the Miz's heel turn on Logan Paul and Logan Paul be a babyface out of it, complete fail. Yeah. Because The fans.
Logan Paul is like one of the most hated people in the world.
I heard more cheers for that moment.
Yeah, I did. Me too.
Than boos in that entire thing, and I was saying to myself, "Thank God they actually turned this guy into a babyface." No, instead they're trying to make him a heel again, which I don't get why.
He's already a heel.
You just hit the skull crushing finale on the most least likable,
least likable human being in the world.
Yeah, the least likable woke human being in the world. Yes, I said he's woke because he kind of is, but. I mean, in reality, he's just not like that entertaining. He's kind of annoying, and honestly, like the fact they try to make him into a babyface, if you go and watch Raw last night, go back and watch Raw last night when Logan Paul's segment last night when he gets interviewed until the Miz go F himself. There was no crowd reaction, not even a boo, not even a cheer, nothing. It was just like dead quiet.
Well, first of all, he's not supposed to say F on.
No, I know. But it was like, the deadness of the crowd felt like the Thunderdome. Like there was like no crowd there for that moment. There was no crowd reaction. There was nothing. It was sad.
No one's gonna get.
It was actually really sad. Like that's the sad part of the whole thing. But anyway, we'll get to
the next segment was actually an introduction. Gable Stevenson, was introduced to WWE Universe for the first time.
Yeah, he was
properly introduced.
Because
he was drafted to Raw, but he went back to college and finished out his wrestling career. Yeah, I see Gable Stevenson being a big star.
He's gonna have a bright future pretty soon. He's gonna have a bright future. Fast forward here, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, the best thing tied with my other match. But I mean, one of the best matches.
I'll give this match 4.5 stars.
I was gonna actually say the exact same thing, but let me just review what happened for most of the match and how it started up. Becky Lynch hit the Becky bottom to open up the match, 1-2. I mean, this thing was back and forth. I mean, Bianca Belair has a moonsault. At one point, she had trying the moonsault again off the ropes, missed with the guy hit with the knees. Becky Lynch got her in a disarmor, able to reach the ropes. Bianca had her in a disarmor. She reached the ropes. They were fighting on the outside. Becky Lynch put Bianca Belair to the steps. She threw her to the steps and hit the Becky bottom on the ring steps. Able to get back in the count of 9. I think Becky Lynch was trying to go for the Becky bottom from the middle rope again, like she did the Doudrop the Royal Rumble. Did not work out. Bianca Belair countered, hit the KOD, pinned her 1-2-3. Excellent match. Best women's match, I think, in the entire pay-per-view.
Best women's match in a while.
Best women's match in a while.
Definitely women's match of the year.
Definitely will be in the match of the year conversation. But if I gotta say match
in terms of WWE, because there's bad matches in the AEW, but
no, I know. Yeah. But as far as matches go, it's definitely not WWE conversation. But you want to know what my favorite match of the entire show was? And this is what I did.
Seth Rollins versus the returning Cody Rhodes.
Just the moment of it. The lighting.
The moment.
Pyro going off. Freaking Seth Rollins out. The pyro go to the ramp. Lights go out. The fans are going crazy. But before I get to the answer to anything else, let me just ask this question. Did Seth Rollins go through Nia Jax's ring attire?
I'm like, what the hell was he wearing?
What was up with that ring attire? I just can't, for the life of me, can understand what the hell was he thinking with that ring attire.
It was like
it looked terrible. It was the worst. I would say it was the worst ring attire.
That was probably one of his, his worst.
Out of all WrestleMania, that was the worst ring attire I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny.
I understand it's part of his character, but like, what?
I don't know. I think he was. I think
it was like, yo, Seth, what the hell are you wearing?
Unless he lost his attire at an airport.
Like
that's the only thing.
Unless Becky had like a spare attire, you lost yours. You took that.
I must see that's what happened here. Yeah, we are in some total darkness here. We cannot see ourselves. Okay, let me just. So why don't you review a little bit?
But yeah, this was a really great match. The whole scene. Cody Rhodes comes out after 6 long years away from WWE. First,
there.
Well, I kind of like the whole arc. He left. He was Stardust. That was one thing that pissed me off. Like, oh, why would they rebrand Cody Rhodes as Stardust?
Yeah.
And then he left, went to New Japan, went to Ring of Honor, went to all those other promotions.
When it started,
helped co-found AEW.
Yep.
Became a 3-time TNT champion.
Yep. He
left last month due to like personal reasons.
Well, he left because he didn't have control of the booking.
Didn't have control, yeah.
He didn't have control of the booking, which honestly I thought was kind of stupid. That Tony Khan wanted all control of booking. I'm like, fine, whatever. But
no, this dude helped find the company. Why not give him control?
Why are you giving a hard time to the booking part? Some people were saying right now that Cody Rhodes was trying to book too much for himself. I look at it like this. I mean,
honestly, the way he booked, he booked himself to get other talent over, which worked. Guys like Sammy Guevara, Well, mostly Sammy Guevara.
Mostly Sammy Guevara.
Guevara, Brody Lee, all them other guys.
Darby Allin.
Like Darby Allin.
Yeah.
I have to forget Darby Allin. Yeah, those guys became more popular after they faced Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
They became household names.
Yeah. But the fact that he came back with his AEW theme song, the logo, everything else like that, the blind.
They wanted to keep his presentation as the American Nightmare.
Yeah.
Which
and it was
worked.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Match started out right now. Basically, Cody Rhodes hit at one point hit a crossroads. He also hit a Cody Cutter on Seth Rollins. Rollins hit a pedigree. It was a back and forth affair. I mean, there was fighting on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Rollins said, "Welcome back to the big grease, you son of a bleep."
You son of a bitch. That was the best moment.
Yeah. Rhodes hit at least, I think, three or four crossroads at one point, including the bionic elbow.
Mm-hmm.
This was an excellent match. This match went on for about 20, 25 minutes.
I give it 5 stars.
Rollins was working on the arm for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Rhodes is selling on this injury. I thought was impressive. I thought it was tremendous.
This is one thing I gotta say. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE. He's basically a megastar now. He's not a superstar. He's a megastar.
Oh yeah, he is. He was a megastar before coming back to WWE. But go ahead.
WWE, please don't mess this up again.
No, I know.
Like, same thing you did with Drew McIntyre when he came back. Do it to Cody.
Yeah.
No, honestly, with Cody, do it better.
Yeah.
He has to be the one to beat Roman.
If you notice in this matchup as well, did you notice in this whole thing that Rollins did not attempt the curb stop once in this whole thing?
No, he did.
He did attempt the curb stop?
Once. Once. That was it.
No, did he hit it on Cody though?
No.
I don't think he attempted the curb stop. I watched that match back. I didn't see him attempt the curb stop once in that entire match. Not one time.
I saw it. He attempted. He attempted it once, but then missed it.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I missed it. I don't know. But anyway,
then the Hall of Fame inductees, the Steiner Bros.
Look at it. Oh, well, I didn't get my star. I didn't even get my star rating.
Oh,
I
said 5 stars.
You're like jumping over it. You gave your own star rating. I gotta get my own star rating.
No,
4 3/4.
4 3. That was 5 stars.
It was 4 3/4.
So you're basically saying that Becky and Belair was better than this.
4 3/4.
We both agreed
I said Bianca Becky's 4.5.
Yes, we both said that.
Yeah, and Cody and Rhodes and Seth Rollins was 4 3/4.
No, I give it 5 stars. Perfect.
You're
5 stars.
You're crazy. All right, whatever. I mean,
perfect. 5 stars.
It wasn't that big of a 5-star match. I give it 4 3/4.
It was honestly the best match of WrestleMania.
It was.
Nothing else came compared to that other than the Belair and.
Anyways, moving forward, SmackDown.
The Hall of Fame inductees.
Well, Hall of Fame inductees, yeah. I think that was
Steiner Bros, Shad Gaspard, RIP.
Undertaker came out for his own thing. He came out. I think
Queen Sharmell.
He came out twice on 2 nights of WrestleMania. He came out night 1 and then night 2. I think he appeared in his ring attire and then he wore a suit the next night. So that was that.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey.
This match
championship
was actually decent.
It was good. I gotta be
It's
honest.
just the ending that kind of messed up the match.
A lot of people were shitting on it. I gotta be honest. The amount of submissions.
No, the match was good.
Counters,
people were shitting on it because of the end of the match.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey basically got screwed twice.
Yeah.
In the last minute of the match.
She was able to counter the figure 8. I didn't think she was gonna be able to counter that. Ronda was trapped in an ankle lock. Ronda put her in an ankle lock. I think Charlotte at one point was trapped in her own hold to figure 8 of her own.
Mm-hmm.
She was trapped in an ankle lock as well. Almost forced to tap out.
Mm-hmm.
Arm bar a few times there and there. It was back and forth. It was Charlotte Flair on offense, Ronda Rousey was on defense, then she's on offense. It was back and forth. I think Flair right out of the gate actually hit a boot. Did she hit a spear to open up the match on Rousey and then pin him for a 2 count? Or was it a boot? I can't remember. Was it a boot or spear? I can't remember.
I think it was a boot.
It was a boot. Okay. So I was.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a spear in the match at one point as well. Towards the end of the match, though, I think Ronda hit the Piper's Pit.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think she only got a 2 count of that or the rope break.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte hit the natural selection. Ronda kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Charlotte hit a spear or another boot that got Ronda close to the ropes. Her foot was on the. Or no. Oh no, I'm sorry. Ronda hit Piper's Pit again for the second time. Sorry, wrong thing. Charlotte's foot was on the rope.
Pinned her, but the ref counted 3. He was like, no.
And then at one point, I think Charlotte was trying to go for the figure 4, figure 8 lock. Mm-hmm. She basically got kicked off, speared the referee, and then Ronda put in the arm bar. She's tapping out. Ronda doesn't know the referee's down.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ronda's trying to get the referee back up. Big boot to the face. 1, 2, 3. Nobody liked the finishing match. Here's why.
First of all, I want a big boot to finish the match. Like, really?
Here's what my thing is. I didn't mind this, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. Because it's going to lead to a feud. This is definitely going to happen again at WrestleMania Backlash. They'll have another match of this at WrestleMania Backlash. I didn't mind this finish. I don't know why people were crapping on this. They knew what they were getting themselves into here regardless. They're not going to just end this at one match. Think about it. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair at Survivor Series back in 2018. What happened? Charlotte Flair got disqualified.
And then again, this might change plans because, like, apparently Ronda was pissed that this match was going to main event night 1, and she apparently left during the Hall of Fame ceremony.
That actually was not true. She actually did an interview and said, "Oh, I have a baby at home, and I had to put her to sleep." So that was that. I have that on my Instagram, one of my Instagram stories I posted on a couple of days ago. But I can pull it up, but I don't feel like pulling it up. Mm-hmm. But yes, I can confirm per that source. I don't remember what the source's name was. That Ronda Rousey had to put her kid to bed. Her husband was there with them. They both had to leave. Mm-hmm. That was that. A lot of people were making up drama saying that she was upset about the thing not being the main event. Look, Ronda knew this for 3 weeks that she was not main event in the show. Mm-hmm. They were having an awesome main event with Kevin Owens. They didn't know whether or not it was going to be a match or talk show. Mm-hmm. They knew about this for 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't want to hear the story. Oh, Ronda knew about this 2 days before. Shut up. That's not the case. Mm-hmm. But if I had to give this match a rating, 3 3.25. 3.25.
I put 3.5.
3.5. Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, then the main event of night 1.
Yeah. So main event night 1.
KO and Stone Cold segment turn match.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's 4th main event ever.
Wait, what? 4th main event? Wait.
On WrestleMania. Because he main evented 4 times. Oh. That was his 4th time main eventing.
We can officially label KO as a WrestleMania main eventer. Mm.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure this out. Wait a minute. I may be wrong on the main event numbers. I thought Stone Cold Steve Austin was undefeated. Then I realized. Oh no, that's right. No, that's right. Because Stone Cold and Rock never made event 19. That's right. It was Brock and Kurt. Okay.
Yeah. So this is his 3rd WrestleMania main event.
No, it's his 4th. Because let me think about this. Because he main event against Shawn, did the Rock twice.
Oh right.
And
then tonight. Yeah.
So it ended up being the KO show. Stone Cold's running his mouth saying how much of a dumb son of a bitch Kevin Owens is from Rocky, Texas. Kevin Owens saying, I had to come out here because I lied. I wanted to have a match with you. I want to have a no-holds-barred match with you. He's quiet. Then he's like, I had my first match here in Dallas, Texas, and I want to have my last match here in Dallas, Texas. If you want me to beat this sack of shit, give me a hell yeah. And the fans were like, hell yeah. I didn't hear you. Give me a hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it was actually a really good match. I actually was surprised. Mm-hmm. It was interesting because he started out really slow, but he started drinking beer. Mm-hmm. It was like a placebo effect because he started to pick up some speed a little bit momentum.
You dumb son of a bitch.
And it was funny because I'm thinking to myself, like, the more beer he drank, the faster he was throughout the match. It was like, okay, it's like me at pool. Like, if I have like 3 or 4 beers, I'm actually somewhat better at pool if I drink more beer, or if I have like a pot brownie or whatever, or it's like a placebo effect. I get better over time. It's weird.
Pot brownie?
Yeah.
Really?
Like one of those energizing ones. Not like the ones that make you sleepy and like make you all jacked up and weird, but like the ones that give you like a lot. Like, because there's weed that gives you a lot of energy.
These calzones are delicious.
And there's like weed that gives you make you sleepy and like mess up and shit and get all screwed up. And that's true. There's a lot of weed that will do that to you.
Nice.
But anyway, let me get back to my point. So the more he drank, the better he got in the match. They were fighting in the crowd. He took a suplex on the concrete floor from Kevin Owens. This was a back and forth affair. They're throwing shots at each other. At one point, they were fighting back towards the outside here. I think Owens at one point hit. They were fighting back their way back in the ring. There was a table set out near the barricade. Mm-hmm. They took the fight back to the outside. He tried to drive Austin to the table. Austin countered to him to the table. There was another point to this where I think he was trying to get him back in the ring, and then Owens hit a stunner out of nowhere. Pins Austin. Austin kicks out at 2. So that Owens is had enough. He's trying to get away from Steve Austin. He's trying to put his ATV on. Austin hits him from behind. They're driving up the ramp together. And then they're and then Austin beats the crap out of him on the ramp. He's suplexing him on one side on the ramp, suplexing him on the other side of the ramp, throws him down the ramp. Or actually, I think Owens attempted the Stone Cold Stunner. I think. So I was wrong about this. So he hit the stunner after he got his ass whipped all over the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so after that happened, Owens is over the chair. He's lining up, setting up Austin for a chair shot. Austin ducks, hits the top rope, smacks him across the face.
Mm-hmm.
It was a funny finish. Owens is like selling it pretty good, shaking, like, getting all dizzy. Austin hits the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Austin gets his main event win. By the way, undefeated in main events at WrestleMania. Has never lost a main event match at WrestleMania. He is a perfect 4-0.
Nice, son of a bitch.
Nice moment. Nice way to go out for him. In that case, Owens for good measure drinks some more beer. He hits Owens again with another stunner. Then the Texas police come out. They escort him out of the building. He calls Byron Saxton in the ring. He stuns him after he drinks beer with Byron Saxton. And Saxton takes this really good stunner here. A little overselling, a little bit much on his part, but either way, if I rate this match from a star rating, 3 out of 5. Great main event finish.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. What would you give it?
I'd say 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5?
I saw night one. What'd you rate night one overall? I'd give it like a decent 8.5 out of 10.
I would say, what was it?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10? I give it about 8 3/4 out of 10. 8 3/4. So there you go.
Calzones.
Night 2.
Night 2.
Night 2 opened up with Triple H. Welcoming everybody to WrestleMania, retiring his boots in the ring officially. You know what really surprised me, and I really didn't bring this up. He didn't bring the sledgehammer in the ring. If you notice, it was just his boots. I think the perfect symbolism would have been the sledgehammer and the boots, and that would have taken me home to me. That would give me like a 5 stars right there. I give it 4 stars for that segment just because of the fact he had no sledgehammer. So
I gave 5 stars because Triple H retiring.
No, I know.
No, the first official match.
Another thing I had to bring up as well. I didn't bring this up about Stone Cold Steve Austin back from night 1. He was also drinking with his brother. His brother had a nice moment at the end of WrestleMania. So I actually forgot. But okay, now we're down talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Although Stone Cold Steve Austin was also on night 2 as well.
We'll get to that
in a little bit.
Night 2 opened up with Randy Orton and Riddle defending the tag titles against Gable Stevenson, Otis, and the Street Profits.
Wait a minute, did you say Gable Stevenson?
I mean, Chad Gable.
When did Gable Stevenson debut at WrestleMania with Otis?
Chad Gable. This match was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
This was probably the best match of night 2. It was a hot
opener. It really was a hot opener. A lot of action, a lot of back and forth.
Randy Orton hit Montez Ford for RKO off the top rope.
Yeah, Gable was trying to go for a top rope move from the top rope. He got hit with an RKO.
Top rope move from
and Gable got pinned. 1, 2, 3. They're all celebrating the ring. Street Profits wanted to show their respect to Orton and Riddle. I'm surprised they didn't turn heel.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, this would have been a good time for them to turn heel.
Yeah.
Or if Orton and Riddle lost the tag titles, I would have felt like, Randy's going to turn her.
Well, after that one, with Gable Stevenson, we're about to share a dream of the Street Profits. Chad Gable smashes the cup out of his hand. He's telling you, there's one thing you need to know, and that is the shoosh. And then all of a sudden, he gets belly suplex from.
I'll say that would be a good start feud for Gable Stevenson. 2 wrestlers.
That might be a pay-per-view match. WrestleMania Backlash. Gable Stevenson, Chad Gable. I'd be down to watch that match. Match itself, 4.5 stars. Hot opener.
4.5. Yeah, I agree with
tag
that.
team. Best thing of the entire show so far on the show. I'm saying so far.
No, honestly, it all goes downhill from here.
well, I mean, so far, because don't forget, we also had Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. I'll tell you why that was awesome.
Oh yeah. But next, Bobby Lashley versus Omos, and
all I gotta say is
this was probably the worst match from WrestleMania. It was just typical squash match.
Lashley deserves so much better. He does.
Well, I knew Lashley was supposed to win.
Lashley was supposed to win, obviously. Lashley
beats Omos. It was like what, a 2-minute match?
Yeah, hit a couple of spears. One in the back of his spine. The other in the front. 1, 2, 3. Omos is no longer undefeated. As a match,
like 1 star.
Half a star.
Yeah,
half a star. Doesn't even deserve a full star. You don't deserve it. Almost, you suck. Anyway.
But we're going to add along to the Raw review.
Next match.
Since MVP betrayed Lashley to go with Omos, Which honestly,
it's gonna continue the feud. And
it's gonna continue feud. But honestly, that was a good move. Because Lashley doesn't really need MVP.
No, he never needed him from day one.
Almost needs all the help he could get if he wants to be a mainstay in WWE.
Yeah.
First of all, he can't. His wrestling skills still need a lot of work.
A lot of work.
He can't talk, so it's a good thing they have MVP to be his mic piece now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, almost last. I don't know.
Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn.
This match was actually pretty good too.
It was entertaining.
This match
was entertaining. As a match, it was like meh.
It was sloppy, but in terms of entertainment standpoint, it was entertaining.
Yeah, you had Wee Man slamming Sami Zayn. You had the naked party house guy in a thong trying to dry hump Sami. Mm-hmm. You had the contraption that kicks people in the nuts. Mm-hmm. That was brought into play here. The hand smack thing where Sami Zayn was trying to
have a giant mouse trap.
Giant mousetrap table that Zayn was slammed through.
Can we talk about Johnny Knoxville's attire?
Knoxville looked like a superhero.
Yeah.
He was a superhero at WrestleMania.
Well, his attire fits like
he brought a lot
the whole Jackass vibe.
The mousetrap at the end thing, though, when he trapped Sami Zayn, it was botched because the thing wasn't working properly. And then Sami Zayn had to pretend that this thing was so strong he couldn't get out of it, and he got pinned by Knoxville 1, 2, 3. So that was as a match,
no, but in terms of entertainment standpoint, I will give it 3.5 stars.
I'll give it like 2 3/4, maybe 3 stars.
Just based on the whole entertainment aspect.
Yeah, so that was.
Honestly, Johnny Knoxville did pretty good too.
It was actually pretty entertaining. It really was.
Both celebrities that wrestled tonight did well.
Sasha Banks and Naomi were taking on the tag team champions of Carmella and Selena Vega, along with Liv, Rhea, and Natalya, Shayna Baszler.
This is one thing I want to get out of my chest too about the whole women's tag team.
Go ahead, let it all out.
I know it was honestly, I thought it was a really good idea to introduce women's tag team titles because, the men have them, why not the women?
Right.
But then you also look at the rosters of the women's division; it's pretty thin, and there's no natural tag teams. All of the tag teams in the women's tag team division are thrown together. Like Rhea Ripley is now teaming with Liv Morgan. She was this tag team championship with Nikki Ash like a few months back.
That's not going to last long. I'm going to tell you why.
Because based on Monday Night Raw. They had another match for the titles. They lost.
No, not a title match.
Oh, it wasn't not a title match?
Not a title match. It was just a regular match.
Well, it's kind of weird because they lost. So it was non-title match, right?
It was non-title, yeah.
And then it goes to a segment where Rhea Ripley's like, "Yeah, I got us a tag team title shot." I'm like, "How did y'all just lost at WrestleMania? Lost at Monday Night Raw, but you somehow get a tag team title match?"
What's going to happen is Rhea Ripley's going to turn around and live after the match.
And Rhea's going to join on with Edge and Damian Priest.
I was going to say that, yeah, because it was in that planning.
I'll talk more about that later on. But the whole women's tag team division sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want them to deactivate the belts? No, because it's still a title that could go around.
Right.
Well, unlike the 24/7 title, but that's like a whole. I'm surprised there was no. Was it any 24/7?
But as a match at WrestleMania, let's just bring this up. Thumbs down. Major thumbs down.
What, the women's tag title match?
Yes.
No, it was decent.
It was not good.
It was
all right. It was not great.
It wasn't great.
To me, it was thumbs in the middle, but it's heading towards a thumbs down. Like it's one of those things where it's like.
Like I give it 3 stars, honestly.
Oh, you're nuts.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
The ending of it was actually pretty unique, though. The finishing between Naomi and Sasha, where they hit that what the hell it was.
It was
a weird.
Go back to the whole tag teams. Naomi and Sasha literally became a tag team a few weeks ago?
Actually, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, but yeah.
4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler and Natalya, they just randomly showed up when I think it was one segment where they were all fighting. They just showed up, beat everyone up.
Yeah.
They became a tag team. Yeah. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, I don't know how they became a tag team. Honestly, Rhea Ripley should be in the women's title scene. Why is she stuck in a tag team scene now?
That's what I'm saying.
Basically, every single woman in the women's division is eligible for the tag titles. All you gotta do is hey, you're my partner now. Yeah. Tag team title shot.
But the match.
There's only been one natural women's tag team. That was the Iconics, who now are the inspiration now, and they're in Impact Wrestling. They got released. They actually were broken up for no damn reason. To fill up and honestly, yeah.
The match itself was meh.
I put it as 3
was
stars.
pretty good.
Decent.
I gave it 2 stars.
I give it 3.
You're just sick for doing that.
No, like it was. I saw some highlights. It was pretty decent.
Honestly, here's my opinion about the whole thing.
Also, this is actually Sasha's first win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I mean, Sasha Banks got her first win at WrestleMania. Congratulations.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. Definitely long overdue.
But yeah, fix the women's tag team team.
Yeah, but it is.
Every single team is thrown together.
Yeah.
Kind of like, well, I would say between Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, but like that's different. They actually work very well as a tag team. And there was a whole storyline with them coming together as a tag team. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the next match, one match that was really hyped up, but honestly, it was okay. Edge versus AJ Styles.
They didn't want to give out too much because the whole thing of it is at that point, it's building to a longer feud, which I get why they did it in this case now.
This is another one that had a short but good build-up.
Yeah, had a really good build-up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Edge's entrance was pretty good. Was rising up basically like
Edge is a new theme. Edge is like a whole different person now.
Yeah, he's basically bringing back a little Ministry of Darkness kind of thing, like Undertaker theme.
Ministry / Brood.
/ Brood, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this match was back and forth. Styles hit a Styles Clash at one point. Edge kicked out. Edge got hit with a Pele by AJ.
Mm-hmm.
I think Edge at one point hit a spear, I think, on AJ, but they kicked out. I don't remember. Anyway, AJ Styles got the calf crusher on Edge. A lot of fighting a little bit of fighting on the outside. Both guys were, I think both guys were out on the floor. I think at one point they both had to make it at 9. Anyway,
Calzone.
Styles set up the phenomenal forearm. Basically, Damon Priest came out of nowhere, just staring into space, like looking at AJ, I guess. And AJ, and this just froze AJ.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I call.
It distracted him.
This is what I call stupid babyface syndrome. Like the
babyface is always easily distracted.
Like you're focused on finishing off your opponent, but you have to stare.
Mm-hmm. Just look at somebody. Like this. Focus on the prize of victory.
Focus on the match.
But
AJ set up the phenomenal form. He gets hit with a spear.
Well, let's say something. Looks like Edge is going to have a whole new faction, which I stated earlier.
He's going to call the
Damian Priest is the perfect member.
Yeah.
Like, if Edge had a faction, Damian Priest will be the first member.
Yep.
So it looks like probably him. There are other names that are speculated, like Rhea Ripley, Tommaso Ciampa.
Yep.
Apparently Finn Balor, but I highly doubt that.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt Tommaso Ciampa too.
Tommaso Ciampa would. I feel like Tommaso Ciampa would be a good fit.
Yeah, but he's not in the main roster to kind of move, so he wants to stay.
He's getting called up. So.
Oh, he's getting called up.
Yeah, he has last match at NXT Deliver against Tony D'Angelo.
I thought he was retired. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah.
But as a match.
Let's see. Actually, is retiring.
As a match.
That match, I give it 3.5 stars.
3.25.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the most hyped up matches. That was a dream match.
It was.
If it was just like strictly like them wrestling, no interference or distractions, it would be fine.
Or no Edge heel turn. In my opinion here, what was the point of Edge turning heel here? I get what they're trying to do here to try and build a longer feud.
No, the whole Edge heel turn was so random. I'm like, wait, what?
I didn't like the fact they turned him heel. You could have kept him the same, and you could have had a much better match, I think. But I get it now. It gives Edge a program.
Well, it could have at least kept AJ Styles heel.
Yeah, I forgot. AJ Styles had a 450 at one point. I forgot. I think he tried to hit 2 of them. I think Edge got the knees up.
Mm-hmm.
And this next match, the New Day versus Sheamus versus Rich Holland. Here's my opinion.
This match should
have just been left off the card altogether.
Yeah, apparently this match was
you could have put in the IC title in this match, the US title in this match. Instead, you put in a stupid.
That's another thing.
Match.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid that the US
and the only build they had up to it was the fact that Big E got his neck broken by Rich Holland. That's the only build they had in this matchup. And you want to know why? Because they had little freaking things with Big E. They wore the Big E attire with the thing that he wore the night of when he won Money in the Bank. Which, first of all, if you look back on the night that he or not win Money in the Bank, sorry, that cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, he wore a totally different gear. It was a totally different color. It had the same designs, but. You can't tell me that this was a night that Big E won. We're not stupid people. We're not.
Honestly, this is a lot I want actually.
Sorry, that's all I'm gonna say. This match sucked. If you want to give me
this match was literally 2 minutes long.
If you want to give me a star rating for this match, it was 1 star. And you want to know why?
I'll give it like half a star.
Because Sheamus hit a broke kick on Xavier Woods or Kofi, I think it was. And he pinned, and Rich Holland guys pinned at WrestleMania. That's why I give this a star.
Actually, not. There's a lot I gotta say about this one.
This match sucked.
First of all, Butch. Pete Dunne, who was a beast in NXT, rebranded as Butch.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he like beat them up after the match, but like
Butch.
Like, why? Just have him as Pete Dunne. Or at least keep the name Pete Dunne.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, this match was originally supposed to be on night 1, but it was cut due to time. This match should have probably been on the pre-show.
Right. Exactly.
There were no matches on the pre-show.
Anyway.
Yeah, why not include the U.S. title or the IC title?
Yeah.
Just add some value back to those titles because, like, Finn Balor won the title a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Has lost every single match.
Yeah.
Except the whole building of Finn Balor on the main roster has been complete crap.
Yep.
Like, how does he go from being the first Universal Champion to right now being a jobber as a U.S. title who actually wrestled a match on Main Event? Main Event is the show where the jobbers wrestle.
Yep.
Like, bro.
Exactly.
And Ricochet, as IC champion, first of all, he lost. I'm pretty sure it was Raw before Mania. He lost a 2-minute match to Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have someone as champion lose in 2 minutes clean?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's like the ice time means something one day and it doesn't mean anything.
The IC title used to be so prestigious. It used to mean more than WWE title. Now it's just a prop.
It is. That's all it is.
The US title has always been secondary, but it was still valuable. Now that's just a prop.
Anyway.
Ricochet faced Humberto Carrillo and his cousin Angel Garza on SmackDown. Yeah, he won that match, but come on. They could have at least put the US title, have Priest and Finn Balor at WrestleMania for the US title.
Yeah.
Have Demon Finn Balor come out. I don't care if it would have been like a 2-minute squash match. Just still have that.
Yeah.
And they should have had multi-man IC title match for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
I know. Moving on right now, we have Pat McAfee.
Listen, I ain't done. No, just kidding.
We have Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. This was a great match.
This was a match I was thinking, this is going to be a low-key sleeper match. It was actually pretty good.
Why do you think it was going to be a low-key sleeper match?
Like, I mean, like, one of those good matches that probably no one will talk about.
I think, look, it's Pat McAfee. They're going to, anything that Pat McAfee does, they're going to talk about.
No, the main thing they'll talk about is,
whether it's bad.
Well, the main match they'll talk about is probably Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
That was kind of a sleeper because at that point, nobody knew it was going to be Cody. So that's.
Honestly, everyone knew it was going to be Cody.
I knew it was going to be Cody, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, this match was pretty awesome. Pat McAfee in the ring with Austin Theory. Had a Hurricane Runner at one point.
Excuse me.
Austin Theory was ready to push him on the top rope.
Oh, another thing, before the match started.
Christ, what?
Well, it's called Last Entrance for a reason. Vince McMahon introduced Austin Theory as a future Universal Champion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I honestly 100% agree.
I agree. But
look at Austin Theory. He's young, athletic.
He's got a while, though.
He's built right.
I know. He's got a while, though.
Yeah, he's 24 now. Yeah. I see him win the Universal title in the next.
Yeah.
Oh, world title next.
The best entrance of the entire night for that show was Pat McAfee with the cheerleaders. That was by far the best thing. The music, everything.
The Seven Nation Army.
Getting the fans all pumped up.
Calzone.
Anyway, but the match itself, like I said before, he had a Hurricane Runner. At one point, he was going to suplex Austin Theory from the top rope. Austin Theory countered. He tried pushing him off the rope. McAfee does a backflip. Then he leaps onto the top rope, hits a super. Did you just fart?
No, that was my shoe rubbing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Well, it is called. They always call it a sense rubbing. Jeez, I mean, it's my Mike's shoe. I was interrupted by his freaking. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, so as I was saying, but yeah, Pat McAfee attempted to hit the Swanton bomb. He missed. Austin Theory tried to hit the his finisher there. Could not do it. Got a roll up on Austin Theory. Pin him 1, 2, 3. as out there, he was stunned by this and like lost deer in the headlights look. Vince McMahon walked over, bitch slapped Austin Theory on the head and saying, "What did you do to me? You embarrassed me." Blah blah blah. Pat McAfee saw this. He calls Vince into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Calls him into the ring for a fight. Which ended up turning.
Man, 70-something years old fighting.
Yeah. And this ended up being basically.
No, see, he's in good shape for 70 years old. But
this ended up being an Austin Theory just getting the jump from behind, screwing around with Pat McAfee, messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
There was a football brought out at one point. Austin Theory threw McMahon the football. He was taunting the fans ready to punt the ball. Instead, you want to know what happened? Because Pat McAfee got knocked out after he got ball sacked in the turnbuckle by not in the turnbuckle
Theory
post by Theory. This was his finish. A kick with the football to Pat McAfee's gut. 1, 2, 3. Vince McMahon pins Pat McAfee. That's
how it ended?
That's how it ended.
What?
This match right here between Austin Theory and Pat McAfee, 4 stars. No question about it. Best match of the entire show for night 2. You want to know I give?
No, I still say okay.
You want to know I give?
I still say the first match was the best one.
Well, yeah, actually, what did I give that one? A 4.5 star?
Yeah.
All right, I changed my rating. 4 stars for that one. 4 stars for the Austin Theory Pat McAfee match.
I'll give this one 3.5 stars.
You know I give Vince McMahon
negative
Austin Theory
negative 1 star.
Sorry, Vince McMahon and Pat McAfee
negative 1 star.
Negative 5. If the idea is to finish somebody off to actually kick a football, the weakest kick, the weakest punt I've ever seen in my entire life to someone's gut, and he doesn't pretend to be knocked down cold from it. Really? I know the guy is 76 years old. But if he's 76 years old, then tell me why he took a Stone Cold Stunner right after this. And he botched it twice.
That was a terrible.
He botched it twice.
That was a terrible stunner. That was probably the worst stunner ever.
Yes. Especially when a guy falls down and Stone Cold has to chase you around like this, trying to like get your head in position, and you're like moving away from it, and then you take the stunner and you still screw it up. If he can take a freaking Stone Cold Stunner, then Pat McAfee can clothesline him.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of selling that he had to do for this guy, getting hit with clotheslines, the weakest clotheslines I've ever seen in my life. He's flapping around like a dead fish. Come on.
Spinach.
That's pathetic. That's a joke. Negative 5 stars I give this for Vince McMahon and Pat.
No, I scratch that. I make it a negative 10.
Oh, yeah. Michael Cole, by the way, standing up. And I like this about Michael Cole. He's getting the Pat McAfee side now. He's acting like Pat McAfee now. I like this. He stood up for the entire match and clapped for Pat McAfee the entire match he had with Austin Theory. The entire time. This match overall, there's one point I forgot to mention is Pat McAfee was whipping Austin Theory's ass. At one point, he was commentating his own match.
Oh, yeah.
He put the headset on. He's saying, "I'm kicking this douchebag's ass." He slammed his head on the table. Like it was great. It was awesome. I don't know why I just did it takes right there. Me getting my headset on the table, but anyway. So
the main event.
I'm not done yet.
Shut up.
I'm not done.
The main event.
I'm not done with my thought. Hold on, I gotta get my thought because Austin Theory also got stunned by Stone Cold. And so did Pat McAfee. But anyway.
Everyone did.
But anyway.
Even my pet frog did.
But this is what happened after the assault happened. Stone Cold comes out. The music comes out. Michael Cole loses his shit. Oh, my God. It's the Texas rattlesnake. And then he comes out. First of all, he stuns Austin Theory right out of the gate. Doesn't say anything. He stuns him. Austin Theory takes – you want to talk about the most overselling for a stunner I've ever seen in my entire life. This was Shawn Michaels overselling for Hulk Hogan back in 2005. Where he got hit with a big boot. He's flopping around like a fish. Mm-hmm. This guy took a stunner, did 2 jumps in the air.
Like he was falling from the sky.
He flops around like a fish. And then Vince McMahon, and then Vince McMahon's like, I want to drink a beer with you. And Stone Cold's like, you want to drink a beer with Stone Cold? Yeah. So they pull out his beer. I guess Vince McMahon's never tried his beer before, so he's doing like a little taste test. He's going, anyway, likes the beer. They drink a little beer together. Stone Cold, I'm going to take this. Kicks the gut. Now, Vince McMahon falls backwards way too early. Like, he didn't even get in a position to hit the stunner yet.
Vince McMahon just, lost control. Like, he just gave up. He was like,
and then Stone Cold, proceeds, Vince McMahon gets up himself, proceeds to chase him around going backwards, okay? Mind you, he's walking backwards like this. Holding it like this. And then Vince McMahon goes, it's in the wrong position. Stone Cold whiffs it. And this guy, by far, takes the worst stunner I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
By far the worst stunner I've ever seen. It was the stupidest stunner I've ever seen. And then Pat McAfee, I guess Stone Cold's having a celebration. He drinks a lot of beer. He calls Pat McAfee into the ring. So then Pat McAfee drinks beer with him and all that. They all go on the turnbuckles and bashing beers together. And then all of a sudden, Stone Cold gives Pat McAfee the stunner. You want to talk about a perfect sell for a stunner?
Pat McAfee.
Perfect sell. Spits out the beer. It's a slow motion follow back. Rolls out of the ring. You want to know what he does after that one? And I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do this.
He's drinking
a beer while he's
down. He's on the ground.
While he's on the ground. That was the best WrestleMania moment I could think of right now for Pat McAfee for that match. Even though at that point Vince McMahon should have never defeated Pat McAfee in any WrestleMania match. They should have turned into a tag team match. They want to have Stone Cold have 2 matches in one.
Stone Cold.
Yeah. Michael Cole said after the match right now, you can't trust a rattlesnake, especially that son of a bitch. The dirtiest son of a bitch in the game. Anyway, but now we can move on to the main event, which was the most
underwhelming main event.
The biggest WrestleMania match of all time. They labeled it. Roman Reigns comes out first with Heyman and the Usos. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if the Usos just hit underneath the ring because they came down with Roman at ringside. They did. Where they went afterward, I have no idea. We never saw them ever again at that point. They never went backstage. They never showed them going up. I think they went underneath the ring. I think there was a plan in the match for them to get involved in the match again at WrestleMania. I don't know. But maybe because of Roman's injury to his shoulder, maybe they got injured during the match and they had to call an audible on that one too.
Yeah, they probably ended the match.
Because I never saw the Usos go back to the locker room, if you notice. If you go back and watch the entrance for Roman, they never really left ringside. Unless they left to the crowd and just randomly went to the crowd. I don't know. But anyway, Paul Heyman introduces Roman Reigns. Brock introduces himself. Calls himself the cowboy ass kicker who's going to kick Roman Reigns' ass. Brock Lesnar, But I'm gonna give you the span match, okay? Belly to belly suplex, belly to belly suplex, German suplex, belly to belly suplex, spear from Roman Reigns after he gets 2 Superman punches, kicks out, German suplex, clothesline outside the ring. Roman Reigns spear to the barricade. At one point, Reigns is fighting them. Brock's suplexing him all over the place. I counted suplexes in this match. There was 11 suplexes in this matchup. 2 belly to belly suplexes, 9 German suplexes, 11 suplexes in this matchup. 1 F5 for Brock. We had a low blow for Roman Reigns after the referee got knocked over. Roman gets the championship belt, smacks Brock in the face. Brock kicks out. At this point, it turned to Superman punch, spear. Kimura lock from a spear into a Kimura lock. Basically, Brock dislocates his shoulder by accident, or maybe it was on purpose. I don't know.
Wait, Brock dislocated Roman's shoulder?
Yeah, I think he was liking the Kimura for a long time. I guess he was yanking it out the rope break because Paul Heyman kind of leaned his hand. You couldn't see it on camera. Apparently, Michael Cole didn't notice until after the match was over. But he pushed the rope just a tad bit for him to get to the rope break. And I guess the way Brock was yanking at the shoulder like this, when he had the Kimura locked in. I don't know why I did that motion. But anyway, he dislocated the shoulder. At one point, he even said to Paul, it's out, meaning his shoulder was out. So he dislocated his shoulder. He tried to pop it back into place. I think he popped it back in when he hit Brock with his 5th spear, which did finish the match. By the way, this match only went about 10 minutes. This was a 10-minute match. The shortest match in the entire feud. And I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot better than WrestleMania 34. That's all I'm going to say.
But it was
still a lot better than WrestleMania 34. It was pretty disappointing. They didn't try anything new here. But look, the story of it was Roman finally got his win against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So good for you, man. Even though your match sucked. But anyway, if I give it a star rating,
2.5.
No,
actually not.
Straight up 2. Straight up 2 stars.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
But Roman was going for the big moment right now. Trying to always have 2 champions and belt at the same time. I think he dislocated it again by trying to do that, but he couldn't get the left shoulder to go up just right. I guess he popped it back in again. So that was that. I mean, this WrestleMania overall, if I had to give him a scale,
pretty decent,
1 to 10 for the entire weekend, I'd say 8 3/4, 9 stars.
So
probably the best WrestleMania since WrestleMania 31.
I ranked night 1 as 8.5. Would you rank night 1?
Night 1, I ranked about 8 3/4 to a 9 star. The entire weekend, if it averaged out, because you got to go by the weaker matches as well. The whole thing altogether was 8 3/4 9 star weekend.
What would you rank night 2?
Right, night 2.
I would rank 9 2.
6.
Like
6 at best.
7.
6 at best. Whole weekend. 9 out of 10. Sorry, I didn't mean to fool with that.
The whole weekend 9 out of 10.
Yeah. But anyway.
So overall, WrestleMania was a 7.5 out of 10 for me. Everything as one.
As one, I'd say 8. Just because of those two.
No, you gotta do like based on what was night 1 plus night 2, divide that by 2. That will be your rating. So
right.
overall, I will give WrestleMania 7.5.
Which is why I give it an 8, because I just I based it off on the fact that you had 2 matches that were match of the year the entire weekend. You had Pat McAfee's WrestleMania debut.
Both on the first night.
Well, Pat McAfee's debut was night 2. His WrestleMania match was night 2.
You think? Wait, you're including that one as a match of the year candidate?
No. No, I'm not saying it's a match.
Talking Belair, Banks. I mean Belair, Becky,
Becky,
and Seth and Cody. Yeah.
It's because those were matches of the night by far, but
Night
match of the
and
year caliber belong to those two. Pat McAfee and Austin very clearly don't. But it was
okay match of the year.
For the moment that they had. It was good. The Vince McMahon stuff, really.
Right.
You gotta put Vince McMahon over. Why does Vince need to go over? Why does a 76-year-old guy need to beat an NFL player? Can we answer that question?
And first of all, it is an NFL player,
and especially the finisher has to be him kicking a football to your gut when you're already got like turnbuckled into the balls. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
No word.
Anyway.
Yeah, low raw review. We're not gonna go over the whole show.
Yeah.
Blah 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 promo, but 2 main things. One, they rebranded Elias as Ezekiel.
Stupid.
Which is the stupidest crap. How you go from one of the most over wrestlers ever to generic.
And to a guy named Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Like, no. First of all, what white guy name is Ezekiel, number 1?
Right.
Like, can I just
I think they're supposed to E-L or A-L. I forgot.
I mean, I don't know. But I think the whole thing was stupid. The raid segment in the end there, I gotta be honest, there was no big review there. That was kind of boring. That was kind of disappointing. I'm gonna tell you what my future looks like on Friday on SmackDown. But Delix Texas acknowledge me. Yeah. And that was the end of the segment.
And also, there was another debut. After months of vignettes, Veer Mahan has come to Raw.
And he basically ate the Mysterio family.
Yeah, he ate the Mysterio family alive.
He basically ate him alive. That's it.
Do I feel like Veer Mahan's going to be a big star? Honestly, no, I don't. I feel like he's just going to be another guy that's going to be there for a while, get lost in the shuffle.
Look, what happens is he'll get his wins. They'll put him up against somebody like Cody or whoever.
He'll lose. Then he'll just fall down the court.
He'll be back in catering again. That's what happened.
He'll be back in the main
event again.
He'll be in the 24/7 division.
He won't even do that.
Speaking of 24/7 division,
eating a Mysterio family dinner. That's what he'll be doing.
Now, speaking of the 24/7 division, I'm surprised there was no 24/7 antics at WrestleMania.
Yeah, nothing. I don't think there was any on Raw either. I watched the Raw show over.
That's just proof how pointless the 24/7 title is.
Exactly.
They try to make a hardcore title, but weak.
Yeah. The Raw women's tag match, and ended up with Rhea Ripley walking out of Liv Morgan because her team lost because Liv Morgan got hit with the code breaker. Beth Phoenix Glamazon code breaker slam. That's what I'm going to call this move because that's basically what it was. They only had her set up for the move.
Veer Mahan.
Yeah. Anyway, another match here. Oh, I should point this out. There was a dark match last night at the Raw ended. I know this isn't live on TV.
Oh, yeah, Cody faced off against Kevin Owens.
And he beat Cody. And he beat Kevin Owens. Sorry. I was Kevin Owens beat Cody. I'm like, that would have been stupid. But anyway. They had a little moment there. Kevin Owens mocked the Young Bucks. Did a little Superman pose during this match. He hugged Cody during the match and before the match even began. It was a nice moment. Let's see. What else happened on the show?
Ezekiel.
I know. That was dumb too.
Like, that just blows my mind. You could rebrand him as anything else, but that.
Rollins made his sights clear. He wants to become WWE champion. Rollins came out, shook his hand, blah, blah, blah. Not really a lot happened on the show. It was kind of like a bland show.
Yeah. Just some
Edge and Damian Priest had a segment talking about, how they're beneath the people now. The people say we're losers. Yes, that's what I'm not saying. That's the fans call themselves losers.
Because you can't hate Edge.
No, you can't. You can't hate him. I don't know why they even bothered turning him heel. It made no sense.
I guess it was like Edge's plan to turn heel.
Maybe.
Add more to his legacy, add more character to himself.
Maybe.
More depth.
Who knows?
I'm black.
Anyway. What did you just say? You're black?
Yeah.
That was random, but okay. All right. So
Raw after WrestleMania, I gave it like a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 5.5. 5.5 out of 10. Was not a good show. You could have had The Rock come out and made a show.
Yeah, and Austin Theory pinned Finn Balor.
Oh yeah.
Call it right now. Austin Theory's gonna beat Finn Balor for the U.S. title.
You know what's ended up happening? I guarantee this one right now. I think Damian Priest will challenge for that belt again, and he'll just win it back from Finn Balor.
I see. As of right now, it looks like he's out of the U.S. title.
Oh, here's another one they could probably do: Edge with Damian Priest as Raw Tag Team Champions. They beat RK Bro. That could happen.
That might happen.
Because I could look at it right now. The Street Profits can't do it. Alpha Academy can't do it. If Rollins Owens decide to line up again, they can't do it. Who's left in that Raw brand for tag teams?
Who's left in the tag team division in general?
In general, exactly. SmackDown or Raw. Who's left? Nobody.
Like WWE has treated the tag team division like crap.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
See why FTR left.
Yep.
Why all the other teams left.
See why the Young Bucks left a long time ago. Anyway.
Young Bucks were never in WWE. Well, they were there as enhancement talent, but they never had like full-on contracts.
Exactly.
They were in Impact, and their Impact one was crap.
They were offered full-time contract. They said, screw this, your tag team division sucks. And they left.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your story. That's the Raw. Now let's talk about baseball.
No, I quit.
We got to talk about baseball. Opening day is 2 days away, April 5th. They're going to have Robot Umpires. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it happen.
That's racist.
Yeah. They're going to speak different languages.
It'll be all fun and games until one of them malfunctions.
Yeah. I hope it happens. And I hope everybody loses their mind. I really hope it does.
The robots will take over.
They'll be speaking German, Spanish, Italian, Mexican. Wait.
Mexican?
Wait a minute. I just said that too. I'm like, wait, that's not. Well, you never know. Latin American, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese. You know, those being a lot of different languages. But it'll be interesting, though, because you can actually challenge on balls and strikes. The umpires just can't be wusses about it and say, yeah, it's a strike. You don't like it? Get out of it.
Strike!
It's basically going to be like not only the manager will have the power to challenge, but the players will 3 times at the at-bat. And they can challenge at any time they really want to challenge, whether it's a 1-2 count, full count, 2-2 count, 1-1 count, the first pitch of the game. You know, I like it. I like it a lot.
Never.
Anyway, so I like it. It's a big, interesting story.
No.
It is. It's good
it's
for baseball.
Stupid. To have robot empires, that's good for baseball?
You say robot empires or umpires? I think you said empires.
Umpires.
Okay, there you go. I think you said empires there.
I'm an empire.
I want robot empires. Anyway. But it is going to be interesting, though, to see what happens there with that. I can't wait for it. Red Sox-Yankees first game on April 7th. Can't wait for that.
No.
Right now, the Bruins are up 1-0 right now over the Detroit Red Wings right now in hockey. That's great news. I just got the alert on my phone just now.
Never.
Anyway, so we also got some news about the Jets right now. They just donated $1 million to the Ukraine. So owner Woody Johnson and wife Suzanne Johnson are giving a donation to help with aid relief efforts to aid the war that's going on between Russia and Ukraine. Good for the Johnson family.
That's a rare Jets W for
you can't help your Jet team. You got to help the people out in Ukraine. God bless.
Yeah.
God bless. That's all I got to say. God bless. We got the news about Oscar Tabuzi, the big power forward / center for the Kentucky Wildcats, just completed a sweep of the major men's college basketball awards, winning the 2022 John R. Wooden Award. Good for him. Deserves it. It's a hell of a story.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a week for college basketball. Speaking of college basketball, enough about baseball score stuff like that. We'll
speaking of college basketball,
talk about last night's national title game. Talk about Kansas and North Carolina. We got to talk about it because
also too,
even though
forget,
even though there was no Duke Blue Devils, unfortunately, and anybody who's seen this haircut today, I'm going to turn around and show it to my.
No one wants to see that ugly haircut.
So this team obviously did not.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Duke, Oscar Tshiebwe, the player from Duke, basically won every single award.
That's Kentucky, by the way. I
mean Kentucky.
I literally just said that just now.
That's racist.
So I think you just didn't listen to what I just said.
I don't care what he says.
Kentucky. I don't care what he says when I just said it, though. Yeah, you should correct your grammar.
Yeah, Oscar from Kentucky basically won every single.
I just said that. I literally just said he swept the college basketball awards and won all the awards.
That makes more sense when I say it.
What? I just said.
Listen.
Forget it. You're clearly not listening to the host. This is gonna be a new segment right now. I'm gonna try and get a snip. I should have recorded this. God damn it! Of you not listening to my thing.
Listen, that records
this is gonna be a new thing on my thing now. I'm gonna try figure out the.
I'm just here for comedic purposes.
We're gonna be doing a segment now where the co-host is clearly not listening to the host.
Listen,
and one of these things, I know it's gonna happen again with you. So we're gonna do this every time that you mess up now. Every time that you mess up and say a line of mine that I've already had said previous.
I do it again.
Or you're screw up on a car on a thing.
I say it better than you do.
How? I just
exactly.
Oh, the guy from Duke. It's a dude from
Calzone.
I can't with you.
Listen.
Anyway,
I can't with me.
But back to last night's national championship game. Kansas had the biggest comeback in NCAA college basketball men's championship history.
Yeah, they came back all right.
In fact, from a 16-point deficit, they were down as much as 38-22 before the end of the half, went 40-25. So they were down by 15. By the way, going into this game, anybody who trailed at the half by 15 points, 0-161.
Until now.
Until last night.
Until now.
Until Kansas. What the hell did you just throw across the screen?
That was a
okay. The game started. The game was actually fantastic. It was probably one of the better college basketball championship games that I can think of. Don't worry about the napkin.
Listen, I need it. Until now.
Anyway. Nope, I just messed up my box score here because I had a play-by-play information right here. So it started out with OG Abaji with a three-pointer. McCormick made a jumper, assisted by DeJuan Harris Jr. Wilson had 2 free throws. It was a 7-0 run. Brady Manick, looking like Dirk Nowitzki with the rainbow shot, hit a 3-pointer of his own.
He is Dirk Nowitzki.
He's Dirk Nowitzki 2.0.
That's his son. That's my son.
David McCormick made a jumper, made it 9-3. Armando Bacat made a jumper, made it 9-5. Abaji. I think I just said the name twice.
Abaji.
I can't say the name. It's OG Abaji or Agabi. OG Agabi.
Let me see.
I can't say the name. Forget it.
Ochai, I got.
See, I can't even say it. You can't say it. I can't say it.
Ochai Abagai.
He made a layup. Leaky Black made a layup. Was assisted by
Leaky Black?
Leaky Black. That's his name. Leaky Black from North Carolina.
These players be having the wildest names.
Caleb made a couple of free throws there. Made 11-9. Gonna fast forward just a little bit more.
Leaky Black.
North Carolina up by 2. RJ Davis made a jumper, made 22-18. McCormick made a layup, made 22-20. There was a lot of possessions, mistakes, turnovers. But eventually it came down to the Brady Manick, Dirk Nowitzki Rainbow 2.0 shot. Made a 3-pointer, made 25-22. Manick had another one. Made back-to-back, made 28-22. North Carolina was on a tear at this point. They were on a tear. They were on a 12. I think it was like a 12-2 run at that point. Actually, then it turned to a 16-2 run, and then Kansas made a 3-pointer there. Made it. Or actually, no. I'm sorry. They made a free throw and missed one, and then I think at the end there, I think it was I can't even name. Forget it. OA. I'm gonna call him OA.
Ochai
A. made the jumper. Made 30-25.
Ochai.
Made it 38-25.
That's racist.
Then Pump Johnson at the end there got the made up in the end. Made it 40-25. So that was the halftime score, 40-25. Now it's the second half. Okay, you ready for the second half of this one? This was a 31-10 run in 10 minutes.
I'm FaceTiming.
In 10 minutes.
That's racist.
Against this team. McCormick made a dunk. Okay? Christian Braun made a layup. Layup. Caleb Love of North Carolina got a 3. Jalen Wilson got a layup from Christian Braun. Let's see. Caleb Love made another jumper, 45-33. Braun again, layup. Wilson, layup. This was all around penetration.
This was nothing but layups.
Yeah, it was nothing but layups at that point. OJA got a free throw. He missed one as well. 1 for 2. DeJuan Harris Jr. made a jumper, made it 45-41.
Bars.
Armando Bacot made a free throw.
Bars.
Let's see. He missed one as well. It was a lot of turnovers back and forth here. Jump ball challenge there. Dan McCory made a jumper. Christian Braun got a layup. They got it down to 1. Caleb Love tried to extend the lead. Did 48-45. Fast forward a little bit. Kansas finally took the lead a little bit after OJA made a layup and won. Tied it at 50. Remy Martin, who's looking like Trae Young, made a three-pointer, made it 53-50.
That is Trae Young.
Jalen Wilson made a layup assisted by DeJuan Harris Jr. Jalen wasn't, and there at that point, Kansas was on a run. They were on a run. They weren't going to slow down. Puff Johnson made a three-pointer, tied the game up, assisted by R.J. Davis. Remy Martin hit another three-pointer. Puff Johnson got a layup. Jalen Wilson made a three-pointer. OJ Ahahi, forget it. I can't. Well, I just said OJ missed a layup there. Brady Mack made a defensive rebound. Puff Johnson got a layup. This is by Caleb Love. Let's see. Let's fast forward a little bit. Remy Martin got a layup. Amardo Bacot got 2 free throws there. Remy Martin made a three-pointer, made it 68-65. Brady Manick, after Caleb Love made a layup earlier, took the lead back with about a minute 41 to go. Dan McCory made a jumper, and then at that point, McCory made a jumper of his own. Caleb Love injured his ankle at one point in this, got hurt late in the game, was brought back out there. Bad possession, could not get an opening. Airball a three-pointer, ball game over. North Carolina has been dethroned. They are no longer the kings of this tournament. Kansas did win this championship. They earned it. 16-point comeback, the largest ever in NCAA history. They won it here 72-69, and it's all thanks to that man right there,
Me.
David McCormick, and OGI or A, whatever his name is.
Oh, dog.
OJI. Anyway, that'll be the new name now. OJI. I sound like I sound like I'm James Franco.
Sound like some Asian.
I sound like James. What was that movie that James Franco was in with Iggy Azalea, and he was trying to interview Iggy Azalea? Was that what movie was that from?
I don't know, something funny.
I don't know. It was a funny movie. But anyway, I don't know if people are gonna. All right, if anybody's watching this video or listening to this podcast or watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up and let me know in the comment section do I sound like James Franco in that just now during this whole segment or not? Trying to pronounce that freaking guy's name that I can't pronounce to save my life. Let me know in the comment section. Anyways, but getting onto the box score right now. Bacot got 15 points for North Carolina. Brady Manick had 13 points. R.J. Davis had 15 points. Caleb Love had 13 points. Leaky Black had 2 points. Puff Johnson, Puff Daddy, had 11 points in this game. He had 18 minutes in there. This was a story in this game. Wilson and McCormick both combined to get 30 points. Both had 15. Braun and OJI both combined to get 24 points. They both had 12. This was an OJI show. That's all it was. That's all it was for the first part of this first half. It turned out ended up being McCormick because he had a double-double in this game. Christian Braun also had a double-double in this game. Remy Martin, a.k.a. Trae Young 2.0, had 14 points for Kansas. So
that's my father.
Kansas all the way got lucky in the end of this game. Kansas woke up in the second half. North Carolina was on sleep mode, was on airplane mode. That's what happened. I don't know if you agree or disagree. This kid's clearly not paying attention. It's going to be another segment on the show now where the co-host is clearly not paying attention to the host of the show.
Nah, I hear you.
Yeah, you hear me? All right. What are your thoughts on the game? What are your thoughts?
So I didn't watch it, but it is amazing that they came back.
Well, I just highlighted the entire thing for you.
Yeah, I know.
You might as well just watching it with me broadcasting it.
All right, let's go. But it's amazing they came back. Mm-hmm. I'm saying North Carolina's gonna win. Flip back. Holy crap, Kansas is back.
Yeah, okay. It's one of those hold on to your seat kind of moments. You think it's over? Well, it's not over.
Yeah, so more basketball news. The trio from St. Peter's, Darley Banks, Doug Ebert, white mustache guy, mm-hmm, and Matthew Lee
mustache guy.
They have all entered the transfer portal.
Oh.
They're probably don't be surprised if they go to Seton Hall. That's where the old coach went.
Mm.
St. Peter's is going to be a no name. They're probably going to be winless.
They probably will be a team that will go 10-20 and still make the tournament and lose the tournament.
Yeah, they're not gonna have that team's never gonna have another Cinderella run.
I will be right back. If anyone's wondering, I'm getting myself out of orange juice. Anyone want to talk about Mike? You go ahead.
I don't know. What else is there to talk
Your
about?
hot take. Your hot take.
Listen, NFL draft coming up soon. There, honestly, this draft may be unpredictable. To be honest,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there are teams that need quarterbacks, but they might not even draft a quarterback, and that can mess up a lot of draft stocks too. The farther you fall, the less money you get, and you'll have to work your ass off for a second contract, which is hard.
It is time.
But
Not easy.
most players do it. Oh God, calzones.
Oh God, man.
Yeah,
Burp in the other direction.
I'll burp on you.
No, don't do that. You got a girl now. Burp
Yeah.
on her. Burp on her.
I'm gonna go burp on her.
Anyway.
Hey, babe.
She's not even.
I know.
And she was here. Yes, Mike.
She's right there.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
You're not gonna be here.
Ah, yes.
How do you ride home? I ran away from home.
What?
No, I'm just,
What?
I'm just like doing her voice, but like obviously I don't have a girl's voice.
You don't even know how she sounds.
I don't know. She could sound like what I just sounded like.
No.
No. No?
No.
Okay. Okay. You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No. All right. What else we gotta talk about?
I think that's pretty much it. We did cover golf. I covered the baseball topic with the robots. And stuff.
Just know when the draft comes, I'm gonna go off like a light.
Off like a like.
Yes.
Actually, before let me say this one thing right now. I don't know. I know you're not big into baseball right now, but I'm going to ask for your World Series prediction in just a second. So I mentioned on the show on Friday when he wasn't here that Craig Kimbrell was traded from the White Sox to the Dodgers. Johnny Cueto, by the way,
Oh, there was one player that got traded in the same day to a new team, and he played for the new team against us. Who was it? Miana from the Supersonics. Like I saw a post on about that. I'm like, wow, really?
Wait, what? Was it for baseball?
Yeah, it was for baseball. Like he got traded from the Supersonics to the Padres, I believe.
The Supersonics.
He was the Seattle team.
Mariners,
yeah.
The Supersonics.
No.
I love how you think of a basketball team. That really could be a good team name for baseball, though.
No, there was
if they ever want to bring it back for baseball.
No, it was the Oakland Athletics, I believe, that traded someone to the Padres.
Yeah.
And it was a pitcher, Miana, I believe his name was.
Well, the thing of it is, they're still in their spring training thing, so they have their own spring training league in this case. I think they're both.
No, he got traded the same day and was starting the same day for the new team.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, wow.
Well, because they're still in their spring training process. They're not in their own separate divisions yet. That they're only in for regular season. So in this case here, if you're in spring training mode, which they still are in, because that's going to end, I think, tomorrow, that they can play that same day in that league because they're only like right down the street. They're not playing their home arenas. They're playing basically in Florida or California or wherever they're going to be in.
True.
So in this case here, it makes sense here for spring training this scenario there. But nice take though. But anyway, but Johnny Cueto is now playing for the Chicago White Sox because Lance Lynn got injured. He's going to be out for 8 weeks. I think it was a shoulder injury, I believe. But my prediction here is this. I do change my World Series prediction. It was going to be Red Sox Mets. I no longer think that way now. I will say this though. I think the White Sox are in serious contention now. I think they got another ace pitcher in Johnny Cueto. I think the loss of Chris Sale's just too much for the Red Sox to handle first half of the year, even though he's coming back in like I think June or July. I did have Red Sox Mets. Right now, here's my World Series prediction. It will be the Chicago White Sox. Yes, I did say it. The Chicago White Sox, the same team that just traded away their closer from Craig Kimbrell to the Dodgers. It will be White Sox-Dodgers World Series, and I believe the Los Angeles Dodgers will go into Chicago at U.S. Cellular Field and take the World Series and shove it up the Chicago White Sox ass and win the World Series in their home turf. Calling it right now. I don't know where the series will start, but that is my World Series team prediction. I am a Red Sox fan. I know. If you're hating me right now for saying this, man, the Red Sox aren't going to make the push. I think they will. I think eventually they'll lose to the White Sox. I got to be honest. I'm not really too thrilled about the most of the American League teams out there. The only two teams I really think that impressed me so far have been the White Sox and honestly the Angels. But I think the Angels might come up short. They haven't been in the postseason in 12 years. They might get in, but get swept in the first 3 games. That I do see happening. They built their roster up. This is Mike Trout's year. Look, he's going to experience some growing pains when it become a guy who hasn't made the postseason before. It's going to happen. He gets swept against the White Sox.
Wait, Mike Trout has never made the postseason?
As the Angels, no.
Oh.
No, he's never done it before. His team has always been a third or fourth place team almost every year. And this will be the year, in my opinion, that the Angels will make the postseason. They'll be a second place team. I think the Houston Nationals missed the playoffs this year. Look, the loss of Carlos Correa is too much. There's too many distractions right now with the whole Houston Astros cheating scandal thing. Their former player / Yankees broadcaster now even admitted to them cheating in 2017. He admitted it. Okay, if you got a guy who's going on record saying this right now, and he wasn't doing it because he had the job already. He didn't even have to bring this up. He didn't even have to answer these questions. He wasn't going to be ridiculed for it. He was never going to have his job on the line in that Yankee broadcasting table. It was never going to happen. But he brought it up. He didn't like his time in Houston. He was miserable there. He knew the team was cheating. That's all there is to it. And I mean, another thing, too, I'm going to bring up as well, sign stealing. They're going to have a technology this year that will allow teams to recognize whether a team is stealing signals or not during the baseball games. So there'll be a technology that will take place right now. They can dictate that. The players dictate that. They can counter the sign stealing. Look, it's gonna be World War III out there for baseball this year, folks. I know most people there aren't gonna like it, but it's gonna be the battle of the computers. It's gonna be the battle of the nerds. It's gonna be the battle of the baseball players. It's gonna be the battle of the woke people. It's gonna be the battle of everything. All hands on deck here. But yeah, it is Dodgers White Sox World Series in my prediction. The Dodgers will take it in Chicago, and who knows? I might just fly out there just to watch the World Series. I might just do it. I might not. I might do it. I don't know yet. I'm experiencing life this year, so who knows? Maybe the Red Sox make the World Series. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe my first World Series prediction of the Red Sox Mets might happen. It might. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. What's your World Series prediction, Mike?
I don't know. I don't watch baseball.
Well,
I don't know the divisions of baseball.
All right. What are the divisions of baseball? Who's in the? I'm actually going to quiz you this one, okay?
I know it's AL and NL, I believe.
Okay, so AL is you got AL East. What else you got besides the AL East?
Oh no.
Oh God, you're.
I'm a baseball fan.
I just pick any random team. Just come up with any random World Series game.
Oh, Red Sox and Mets.
All right, my World Series prediction, my first one. There you go. Okay, stick with that one.
Yeah.
Stick with that one. Hopefully he's right. He might be, even though it's a random guess on his part. The Mets are missing their 2 stars. DeGrom might be out for a few games. Scherzer's going to be out for a few games. He's got a hamstring tightness. I think DeGrom's got some issue with his shoulder. I don't know if it's his throwing arm or his left arm. But yeah, that's that. That's my baseball thoughts. I brought the technology up for you. Hopefully you all understand it. If you got any more questions, put it in the comment section. I'll answer your questions. If you want to email me, you can email me at joeolivo@bostonsports@gmail.com. If you want to message me on Facebook, on my Facebook Messenger, Joseph Olivo. If you want to message me on Instagram, Joseph_Edward_Olivo.
I'm a mixtape.
Message me on Snapchat, JOlivoSports123. TikTok. You want to message me on TikTok? Go ahead. My name's Joe Olivo on TikTok. It's that simple. Got a lot of answers. But I will tell you this right now. I'm not going to give you my phone number. Okay? So don't ask for that. I'm not going to give it to you.
I will.
I don't know why he would, but okay.
Listen, here it is.
Don't say your phone number out loud, please. Just
it's 555.
I was really like, dude, don't give your phone number on YouTube. Anyway, but I just give you all my description feeds. It was a really long show today, even though we didn't really have much to talk about. We only had a few things, but the Wrestlemania review actually went a lot longer than I thought it would. The Raw review was cut short because, let's be honest, Raw sucks.
Yeah.
This is why we don't review wrestling shows that much because there's not that interest anymore. It's not wrestling's a dying breed at this point. If we were back in the 1990s, do you know how long these shows would be?
Like 5 hours.
It'd be a 4-hour podcast. I think people would actually love us if we did a 4-hour podcast. We were supposed to do a live feed on March 17th on St. Patrick's Day, but somebody blew that one up completely. This guy. Anyway.
What even happened?
We didn't do it. Remember? We had to cancel it. Or I canceled it, I think, because you couldn't do it because you had to work the next day or whatever. I think we did a show the next day after that, the day after the live stream we were supposed to do. Because I already planned it out, but you decided, nah, like last minute of that week, not the week before, the week of the thing, which I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Listen,
and we weren't even. I think No, I didn't even go to the Bows that night. That's right. I was in Connecticut that night. That's right. Because you ended up canceling. So
You were in Connecticut.
Yeah. after you canceled it, I went to Connecticut. So
You were in Connecticut.
I know. What I'm saying is, I went to Connecticut after you canceled the thing.
You were in Connecticut.
So I decided to go through the live stream. I said, okay, whatever, and I went to Connecticut.
You were in Connecticut.
Okay, there you go. You don't have to keep repeating the same line twice.
You were in Connecticut.
I know.
Yeah, drink your orange juice. Because you were in Connecticut.
That was a good OJ, by the way.
Yeah.
No pulp in this. That's the one thing I like about orange juice. I don't mind.
I can't stand orange juice with pulp.
I can't either.
It's like,
I remember one time I went to a restaurant. I don't know. I think I was in London, I think. And I told them straight up, listen, I don't want any pulp in my orange juice. Because I'll gag if I do. The amount of pulp that was in that orange juice in that moment I was drinking it, I gagged. I had to go to the bathroom and spit it out in the toilet. I was gagging on it so bad.
Pulp is disgusting in orange juice.
Disgusting. And I said,
if you enjoy pulp and orange juice, I don't know.
And at the time, my dad was like saying, "Hey, how much you want me to tip for this?" I'm like, "Don't tip these freaking morons. Don't give them anything for a tip."
Right.
They put so much pulp in my orange juice. I might as well just take the glass of orange juice and break it in the middle of the bar.
Might as well just get orange and just eat it.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, people, for anybody in the future out there, if I ever become a rich sports announcer, remember this: if I want orange juice,
do not put pulp in it.
No freaking pulp.
No pulp.
Because I will go Will Smith on you.
Me too. That's my father.
Anyway, so that's
no pulp.
So that's all the time we have. We will be back here, I believe on. I gotta figure out because I gotta look at my work schedule. I don't even know when we're gonna be back on here. We might be back on here on Thursday.
At worst, next Tuesday. Because I don't know
Tuesday.
about it.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I think I'm working 1 to 10 or 3 to 11 both days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know yet. I really don't even know. I actually hate my Lowe's job so much.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But we got jobs.
We're going to get better jobs. I'm going to get a better job soon. I'm going for another job interview tomorrow. And possibly, who knows, you might see a future Red Sox podcast co-host for one of the shows on 98.5. I don't know when they're going to start the podcast officially.
Mm-hmm.
It's twice a week. So the applications are, because apparently they're hiring. For anybody out there who enjoys baseball, who thinks baseball's an awesome sport, it's their favorite sport of all time.
No, it's not.
If you want to apply for that job, go ahead and apply for it today. I believe on the Audacity website they have on their website.
The Audacity?
I think that's the name of the website they had. I found it. I'm not sure.
The Audacity.
That's the name of the website, yeah. So, yeah, enjoy baseball this week, folks. 2 days away. Enjoy Augusta. Enjoy the Masters. 2 days away.
Mm-hmm.
This show is officially over. I already give you my social media feed. You already know his social media feed.
Yes.
If you don't know his feed, Mike, go repeat your feed.
That's too much work.
Okay, then he's not going to repeat his feed then. Okay, so that's it.
Also, let's just start putting our stuff in the bio.
We might as well.
Yeah.
We won't. We'll put in the feed next time. Okay. Yep. That way I don't have to repeat myself.
Yep.
Goodbye. Have a nice night.
Bye. Calzone. Calzone.